Hello, how's everybody doing on this holiday? It's David Moadel and your boy Rich back on a holiday to bring you the newest, most trending news in the planet live on YouTube, the greatest streaming platform in the universe. How you doing today, David?
Oh man, I'm good. It is a day off for the markets, at least for the U.S. stock and options markets. It's Labor Day here in the U.S. I don't know if people in Canada care about that as much, but it's a day off for us. I'm not a big fan of market holidays because I am an addict. I'm addicted to the markets. I want to be trading right now. It's driving me crazy. But you know what? It keeps me away from the computer screen for a day, but I'm happy to be here with Rich TV Live. And by the way, cryptocurrency markets, they're open, right? So it shouldn't even make a difference to us crypto addicts as well.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. I was like, clearly you're not buying cryptocurrencies. Because if you're buying
Right.
cryptocurrencies like I am, I'm all over the markets today. And today is a crazy day because
Yeah.
China has just announced that they want to make it illegal for ICOs. Illegal for ICOs, stating the PBOC Bank in China is stating that 90% of all ICOs are operating illegally, stating that they are taking money illegally. They are not reporting the money they are taking in properly. They are not, and only 1% of the money that is coming in is actually going to the ICOs. So where's the
Now,
rest of the money going?
yeah, that's a good question. Is that, first of all, do you think any of that is true? How much of that, 90%? 90%.
I
Is
think
that
I
realistic?
think
Is that possible?
I think it's I think
Or is
it's
it,
I think it's true.
yeah, it's not fake news, as they say? You think they're really, okay.
I think it's
So,
true. I think, how would a bank come out publicly and say this and affect the entire market where out of the top 50 coins, only 2 are in the green today?
yeah.
48 of the top 50 coins have been affected by this news. So do you think
Wow.
if it was fake news, it would have that effect on the entire market?
Now, I'm looking at coinmarketcap.com right now. Yeah, some of them, it's all red, red, red with maybe one, two greens in there, like you just said. You are totally right. And we're talking double digit losses here.
Massive
Uh,
losses. Massive.
yeah.
Like,
Some of these I'm looking at 25%, over 30%, and some of them down in one day. That's crazy. That's crazy.
and
EOS
big
is
big
down.
ones like Neo is one of the biggest in Asia, being considered the Ethereum of Asia, and they are taking it on the chin. Last time I looked, they were down 38%.
Yeah, it's a little better now, 33%. But imagine your investment getting cut in a third by a third in a day. That's pretty intense. Now, don't get me wrong; it could all come back up tomorrow. We don't know. We don't want to make predictions. I'm not a licensed or registered investment advisor. Nothing in this video is to be interpreted as investment advice or advice to buy or sell anything. You have to make your own decisions. Having said that, Rich, I want you to be first on this. Is this a buying opportunity?
I wouldn't say it is. Not at this point. I want to see how low it goes. I honestly, I'm afraid right now. I believe
Okay.
that this is going to be the start of a witch hunt. I
Mm,
believe that Protostar was a perfect example of that. We were both
yeah.
talking to Protostar, and they were launching their ICO in America, not in Asia. And what happened to them? They shut down their ICO. And I remember saying to you, they shut down their ICO. It was kind of odd. And they said in their disclosure to everybody, in their subscription, in their email list, I was just part of their email list, they said to everybody they were shutting it down and giving everybody their money back.
Yeah. You told me about that. I'm glad you keep me updated on these things. That's why, folks, I use Rich TV as a news source for primary news source for crypto-related news and just market-related news in general. So, Rich told me about Protostar. I was interested in it, and the next thing you know, and of course, this is not Rich's fault. He's just reporting to me. that Protostar looks like they're getting shut down by the SEC. Is that true? I mean, that's kind of once you get shut down by the SEC, is there any way to recover from that, or that's probably curtains, right?
They didn't get shut down by the SEC. The SEC sent them a letter in the midst of their ICO, and based on the letter, they determined that they would rather shut down their ICO and return everybody's money.
Okay. So indirectly, they shut down because they don't want to deal with this, SEC problem. Which,
Yes.
yeah, once you're in trouble with the SEC, those things don't go away so easily.
No. So as soon as
Yeah.
they shut that down, I was like, oh. And I'm working with quite a few companies that want to launch coins, and the biggest thing that I'm talking to them about is if you are taking money for your token or you're taking money within your company, you need to have a subscription agreement. You need to have that person's name. That person needs to fill out a document stating that they are either a friend or a family or an investor or an accredited investor, so they know exactly what they're investing in. There has to be legal paperwork in place so that you're not going to have any issues with the SEC. And the only reason why I know this is because I know what it takes for an IPO, initial public offering, for a public company to stay on the legal grounds and legally raise money. And it's nothing difficult. You just have to have all the paperwork in place. But if the ICOs are just taking in money and they're not even putting any paperwork in place and they're promising the world to a bunch of investors and it's just like the wild, wild west, of course they're going to have to crack down on how they're raising money, where the money's going. And I'm assuming that they're correct when they're stating, the PBOC bank is stating, that 90% of the ICOs are operating on the illegal side of things. Because if they're taking money and putting it in their pockets, as opposed to taking that money and putting it into the business that they are publicly stating they are building, then that is illegal.
Right. Fair enough. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know how much of these types of news and announcements from China are real, how much is, state controlled. I don't know. I don't know enough about the politics over there and the central banking system over there to be able to speak to that. So it sounds like, Rich, you're taking a wait and see or watch and wait kind of stance as far as jumping into, your favorite coins and buying more of it or just buying it in the first place. I can't say I blame you, but I will say this. You remember the hard fork? How that caused some cryptos to go down in price?
Yes.
They came right back up the next day. And so part of me says you got to jump on this kind of fast.
Hey, listen, and don't get me wrong. I agree with you, but I want to see how this is going to be. It's kind of like a domino effect. So first today, China comes out. So how are other countries going to react to this news?
Right.
Now, America's not going to make ICOs illegal. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. Not in America, not in the most capitalistic country in the planet. We are, and in Canada, we follow America. We want opportunity. We love entrepreneurialism. We love the decentralized new marketplace. We love the new digital currency era and this revolution that's occurring. But what China's doing is they're saying that ICOs are illegal.
Okay.
Trying to say these new companies that are trying to take advantage of this new revolution, most of them are operating in the illegal gray area. 90% of them are operating, so we don't want to deal with them at all.
Right.
That's what China's saying. They're not trying to say...
I'm looking at an article right now. I just Googled it. China, this is from TheVerge.com. China bans all ICOs and digital currency launches as, quote, illegal public financing. Interesting. I'm just looking for in China, the authorities have had enough, and today the Chinese government took the bold move of banning ICOs altogether. The ruling comes from China's central bank, which issued a statement criticizing ICOs for disrupting, in quotes, the country's financial order. It's that big. The country's financial order is being disrupted, supposedly. The regulator described initial coin offerings as, quote, this is them talking, a form of unapproved, illegal public financing. It's what Rich just said, that raises suspicions of fraud and criminal activity, according to the Financial Times. Wow. And then they talk about what ICOs are, and we already know that stuff. Okay, so that's the latest.
Yeah,
And I think you're probably hearing it here first on Rich TV Live. I didn't hear this anywhere else.
well, yeah, because I was live and I saw all the markets were down, and I didn't know what the catalyst was, and it was actually one of the subscribers that made me aware of it. Like, hey, dummy, China just banned ICOs, and I was like, oh, damn. And then I went over to Rich TV Live, where it's a 24/7 source for news, and I went under the affiliate links, actually the Bitcoin link, and I went to bitcoin.com, where I find a lot of my news. And I went to the news section and I read it, and it was right there on the homepage. And CoinDesk is another method of news, which is right on richtvlive.com as well. So you can go there, guys, and you can find all your news in one place. And that's what I do every day, is I go to all my affiliate links there. I go to all my news links there. I've got all the stock links there. If I go to TradingView, that's there. Coinigy, that's there. Everything is there. So I went there and I read the news and I was like, wow. I was kind of taken aback by it because it's pretty big news.
Yeah, sure is. I'm looking at the rest of the article here on theverge.com. Now, tell me if you think this is true. It says, this is just somebody's opinion, similar regulation may soon be coming to America. This July, the U.S. SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, warned that ICOs were being used to sidestep the law. And last week, the agency issued another statement describing coin offerings as, quote, potential scams. Now, I know we don't think that ICOs are always scams, but I don't know. Do you think this domino effect could mean that this is going to come to America? They're going to start cracking down, limiting ICOs in America?
They already have. They've shut down 5 stocks last week that were all ICO and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin related companies that we're just putting up press releases and having massive liquidity, massive price appreciation, and they shut them down. They gave them caveat emptors.
Wow.
And some of them are legitimate companies, but they're just cracking down on it. There's a witch hunt, I'm telling you. There's a massive witch hunt. Now, does this mean there might be a great buying opportunity? Of course, it could create a great buying opportunity. But how low will it go? That's my question. I don't want to buy it now and see Bitcoin go back down to 1,700. If it goes to 1,700, I'd like to buy it at those prices. But I also want to see how this is going to affect the market long term. Right. And how this witch hunt is going to affect the marketplace long term, because this, how has this affected the market? Okay, well, let's take a look. The market cap was at 165 billion 2 days ago. Let's take a look at it now. CoinMarketCap.com, guys. Let's take a look at the market. Let's take a look at it. We are at 144 million. So we've lost 144 billion. We've lost $20 billion in market capitalization in 2 days.
2 days, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. So people are running scared. Investors, I guess they're not hodling. You know, you and I believe in hodling. We're going to stay the course, but a lot of people get scared and they dump their coin when they hear that kind of news. Well, they probably shouldn't, but they do. It's a fact of life.
Well, imagine if you're in China right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm thinking from an American standpoint.
No, but
that, hodl.
Dave, this is not a small thing. They just shut down an entire conference.
Yeah.
They shut down a conference.
You're making a good point. I mean, I'm thinking more rationally, I guess, because if you own Bitcoin or Ether or Ripple, okay, so there are no new ICOs, so what? How does that affect my Bitcoin? How does that affect my Monero? How does that affect my Ripple? So it seems to me like my first thought was that people who are dumping are doing it irrationally. That, no new ICOs in China should not affect your current holdings, and yet it is affecting it. Well,
China is the leader of cryptocurrencies. That's the thing people understand. China is the leader of cryptocurrency investing. So obviously you're going to have more issues with fraud and scams. Yeah. And I heard that, I think it was somewhere in Asia, there was 50 new exchanges that got applied for. So there's so much new business that's coming, they had to put a halt to it. Yeah. Now, will this affect the rest of the world? This will affect the rest of the world.
Yeah.
China is an economy with over 1 billion people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
So it
That's
will
true.
affect the rest of the world. How much
I'm
will it
looking.
affect the rest of the world? I don't know. Time will
Yeah.
tell. But this is
Right.
going to affect the rest of the world. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about that.
Yeah.
100%. And that's why I'm saying I wouldn't buy today because I want to see how low it's going to go. I don't think this news is just a one-day ripple effect. I think this is
Right.
going to have more than a one-day ripple effect. I think this is huge news. And
Yeah.
they are now cracking down on stocks in America, and an entire conference got shut down. So, I saw, Protostar was doing their ICO. They shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this something is happening here, and what my gut tells me is that cryptocurrencies, being a new digital revolution, were created to to eliminate banking system, to hurt and affect the elite,
Right.
to give a right hook, a left hook to the elite and say, hey,
Right.
we don't have to put all our money in the banks. And the
Yeah.
banks at some point had to do something to say, whoa, 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 we can't just let this just run away like a freight train and allow everyone to just dump all their money into cryptocurrencies and just forget about the banking system.
Right. Right. There have to be rules. There have to be guidelines. I don't know. Do you think that the central banks are putting their foot down, or maybe making an example of some people, some institutions, some coins, including some that have not even existed yet? Are they sending out a message to the whole world? What's going on here?
I think they are sending a message to the rest of the world, and I've been in the industry and I've been seeing companies like Protostar just shut down their ICO. Now we're seeing
Yeah.
China shut down ICOs completely and making them illegal. How does that look for the entire market? Like, I don't know how it looks for the entire market, but how can China, one of the largest population in the world, okay, in that one country, and probably the largest population of investors in cryptocurrencies in the world, in that one country, now saying, oh yeah, by the way, ICOs are illegal.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's sudden. It's unexpected, at least for me. I know I'll admit I was not paying attention to ICO news and crypto news in China. So this was totally unexpected to me. I wonder how unexpected it was for them.
Well, you know that YouTube is censored in China, and so is Facebook, right?
Yeah, right. So it sounds like a very restrictive culture in some ways, which is fine. That's their culture. I'm not going to put it down. But man, I don't see how this move by the Chinese central bank is going to help anybody. I understand it's a wild west out there. There may be corruption. There may be abuse and misuse over there. If 90% are abusing the system over there, they have to do something. But is this the answer? Is this going to help anything? I don't know. Maybe I just have a uniquely American way of thinking, but I don't see this as really as helping anything. I guess we'll see.
I think that they're making a very strong stance.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
sure.
why you see the entire market is responding the way it is, where everything is crashing and everything is in the red, because a lot of people that are smart people, smart investors, are saying, maybe this is not the time for me to have my money in the markets right now, this second.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. But if you're in it to win it, then you probably just want to hold through it. I would think. I mean, if you're a hodler anyway. Again, we're not telling you what to do, what not to do. But if you're hodling, then you know that when something goes down 20%, 30%, you buy more, if anything, if you really believe it and if you can afford it. Okay, I'm not telling you to buy more if you cannot afford to do so. I don't think this is the time to dump if you're in it. Just my opinion as an outsider. But yeah, like you said, almost everything is down. Some of these severely. Wow.
Yeah, like it's a bloodbath.
Yeah. I'm trying to find some green here. It's very strange. I've never, kind of reminds me of marijuana stocks, where if one marijuana stock goes down, probably they're all going down. They all tend to move together. And this is pure, perfect evidence that coins do tend to move together. Although on a typical day, you'll see on coinmarketcap.com, you'll see a more even mix of reds and greens on a calm day. But when news that affects the entire crypto market hits, either good or bad, they do tend to all move together. And that this is perfect evidence of it. So, wow. Okay. Yeah, it really is all of them. By the way, I'm looking at CoinMarketCap. You know, it's funny. You call Bitcoin the mothership, but cryptocurrency number 100 is actually called Mothership.
That's
so
hilarious.
Have to use another name now.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. I didn't even know. I guess I will have to use a new name.
It's 22 cents and it's down 8%. Mothership. Maybe I'll buy some. I don't know. Oh, man.
Hey, David, there's a question for you. Moral Gandhi is asking, how is gold and silver looking with this news?
Okay. Well, let's take a look. Gold and silver. I would think that gold and silver would be competitors with cryptos. You know, people might buy one or the other, not necessarily both, although a lot of people do buy both.
Because gold is the safe haven, no? Isn't that not the safe haven? Isn't that where everybody goes when something goes wrong?
Yeah, gold and silver are more old school. When people are scared, they go to gold, silver, and bonds. They go to GLD, SLV, TLT. Now, I mean, actually, you know, going to Google Finance for gold right now is not going to help because the market's closed. Okay, let me go to Market Watch. I can check the futures and find out. Gold and silver tend to move together. Silver is like gold's little brother. And it's a lot cheaper, of course. Gold right now is going to look at the futures. Also, don't forget with North Korea doing more nuclear tests, that's going to affect gold and silver as well. So whatever I tell you about gold and silver right now, that's probably not going to be as influenced by the crypto world as it is by geopolitical stuff coming out with North Korea. Looking at futures right now, the Dow Jones futures. By the way, futures markets are open right now.
Great.
Dow Jones futures down 1/4 point. S&P futures down 1/4 point, which is interesting because we got North Korea testing more missiles, but this is the Teflon market. It barely moves. Needle barely moves. NASDAQ futures down 0.15%. It's basically flat. Gold futures up 0.68%. Up, you know,
slightly.
Moderate.
Yeah.
Silver up almost a full point, 0.98%. Okay, that's something. Crude oil up a tiny bit. It's basically flat. I guess crude oil isn't too affected by this. But yeah, I think it's going to be affected. Why are gold and silver up? Why is silver up 1 full point almost? Probably because of North Korea testing more missiles. I don't think they pay attention to the ICO markets as well. People who are into gold, a lot of retirees, a lot of people over 55 or 65 years old, and they may not be as savvy. Not putting down people, in that age category. They can get into ICOs just like you and I can, but they may not be as aware, may not care as much, and so a lot of them are holding gold or silver just as an investment vehicle. You can have gold and silver, including physical, by the way, gold and silver in your 401k. A lot of people don't know that. In your 403b, whatever you have, your IRA, you can, whether it's Roth or traditional, you can have gold in there. Or if you're not comfortable holding the physical stuff, you can have the ETFs, which you can trade on. You can trade that on E-Trade, GLD, SLV. I actually recommend IAU for gold because it's so much cheaper. So are they being affected? They're up now, but probably more because of North Korea, in my estimation, because the needle tends to move based on geopolitical events. Every time something a little scary happens with North Korea, or Trump says something that indicates something kind of bellicose, warlike, that moves gold and silver. Gold and silver don't move fast. Again, as you can see, it's half a point or a point. That's a normal size move for gold and silver. Whereas cryptocurrencies, those are more new school, if gold and silver are old school. As we know, just looking on marketcap.com, cryptocurrencies can move 10, 20, 30% or more, as we're seeing today. Even the mothership if we can even call it that anymore, because there is another mothership. How much did that move? How much did Bitcoin move today?
It was down 7% last time I looked.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I would imagine. Let me ask you this, Rich. From your experience, does Bitcoin mothership, does that move more or less than the other coins? I would think less, probably.
Well, it's at such a high price that when it moves, let's say 7%, it's a dramatic move, because
Yeah.
like if you're at 4,200 and you're up 10%, that's $400. You
That's
know,
huge. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's hard to kind of compare it. But when Bitcoin is down 7%, the entire market will be down. And when
Yeah.
Bitcoin is up 7 or 10%, the entire market will be up. Typically, the market will follow Bitcoin. But this
Yeah.
news, I don't think is I don't think this is a one-off. That's what I'm concerned about. I don't believe this is a one-off. I don't believe, the China Central Bank deeming ICOs illegal is just some one-off. That's my
Yeah.
concern here. Is I think this could be the beginning of the elite trying to get control over this industry.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not surprised. I think I asked you that question last time, or maybe the time before. How long do we think that the governments are going to be able to keep their hands out of the cryptos? Because I don't know about Vancouver, but in America, the government likes to put its hands in things. I imagine in China, that's probably even more true. They're probably more involved. Like as perfect examples you mentioned today, YouTube. You can't see certain news on YouTube in China or on Facebook, and so the government in China seems more likely to want to control things, and they're exercising that power right now. America could be next, which is kind of scary. Again, if you already own Bitcoin, Litecoin, whatever, Ripple, whatever it is, you'll probably get to keep your. We don't want to scare people and make you think that the American government is going to take control of your cryptocurrencies and take it away. I actually saw a YouTube video where somebody was saying that. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen, but
no, but they definitely want to be able to tax you.
Yeah, that's probably going to happen. They can't, the IRS, they're going to take their share. They're going to take
exactly.
Their
they just want to create a system where they can adopt it into their system, so that they can also benefit. Because currently, they're not benefiting from all these transactions. They're not benefiting from the new revolution that's occurred. So they had to find a way, and I believe this is why the Chinese government is banning ICOs, is they want to control it.
Yeah.
I think what you might see is you might see the Chinese government come up with a bunch of their own ICOs. You might even see them come up with their own coins. You might even see them come up with their own systems, their own banking systems, their own digital currencies. This is what I see happening, is a war in the currencies. A war in cryptocurrencies, because, one man or a group of people have created this digital currency and are making enormous amount of wealth, and the elite are not in control.
Right.
And why would they want to be fans of anything they can't control?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's got a political component to it. And we don't want to get all conspiracy theory on here, we're not saying one world government is trying to take over cryptocurrencies necessarily. I mean, if you're into that, that's cool too. But I think it all comes down to economics. The almighty dollar and the almighty yen and yuan and everything else. It all comes down to economics. The governments are not getting their piece of the pie right now. Okay, and so yes, they're gonna try to control it just so they can get their cut. The IRS here in America, they always want to get their cut. They always want to get their piece of the pie. That's why. Otherwise, they wouldn't care. If it weren't financially advantageous for them to get involved. Let me ask you this, Rich. If there wasn't some monetary gain, they probably wouldn't care. They wouldn't care what this little culture of cryptocurrencies is doing.
That's what happened. Is it's gone from like such a small market cap to now over $100 billion market cap. It's now becoming mainstream. It's becoming more adopted daily.
Right.
And the banking system, the governments are saying, okay, we need to put a stop to this. It's very similar to when everyone was doing pump and dump IPOs and penny stocks.
Yeah.
And they had to
Yeah.
crack down on all the IPOs. Now they're cracking down on all the ICOs. I think
Right.
this is actually a good thing. They did the same thing in the medical marijuana industry when everybody wanted to open up a marijuana company. They had to crack
Right.
down on all the medical marijuana companies, and then because everyone was doing it, and they made it way more harder, made it way more difficult, and now that killed that industry. So that's
Right.
why I think you need to be careful with how you're investing right now, because I don't believe this is a one-off and like a one-day event, and tomorrow all the cryptocurrencies are going to be in the green, and everyone's going to forget about this problem. My thing is, okay, what is the next thing that happens? What's the next domino? Now that China has made ICOs illegal, what's the next domino?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the
I'm
SEC
gonna.
going to do?
Yeah. I'm going to agree and disagree with you on one point. Maybe it is a good thing that China is starting to regulate this whole thing of the ICOs, because there's been such a proliferation of ICOs. There have been so many. Yeah, they need to start to control it. I don't like necessarily the way they're doing it. Just to unexpectedly ban all ICOs now, that seems a little harsh, a little draconian. Just my opinion. But again, I have a uniquely American way of thinking. Maybe they can just regulate it more. Maybe they can have a vetting process for new ICOs. They're just banning them, according to the news item I just read on TheVerge.com. It's interesting. I'm looking on MarketWatch.com, which is mostly focused on American stocks, but they also talk about cryptos. On MarketWatch, there's nothing about this. Rich TV really is the news source here. First, there's nothing on MarketWatch. Let me check CNBC. I'll bet you there's nothing. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Is there a reason they're not reporting on these things? I'm looking on CNBC.
I just don't think that they are on top of the news as much as we are.
I don't get it. I mean, MarketWatch, that's the Wall Street Journal. That's their.
Yeah, but they're not. It's a holiday, and they're not as focused on cryptocurrencies as we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Yahoo.
When you go to
Yahoo.
Bitcoin, when you go to Bitcoin.com, it's right on the front page.
Okay. Well, yeah, because they're focused on that thing. They have to be.
That's correct.
But if I look on Google, let me see if Google Finance has anything about it on the front page. It does, but it's down. You got to go down to find it. Yeah, they've got stuff about Boeing first. They've got stuff about, it's all about Boeing. Whatever happened with them. WTO reverses Boeing 777X tax credit ruling and blow to EU. Okay, that's important. But yeah, Bitcoin news just doesn't take importance in the financial mainstream media yet. But it's getting there.
It's getting there.
Yeah. Or when Bitcoin hit $5,000. I was looking for that news. I had to dig to find it. I think that's a huge milestone. Would you agree, 5,000?
Enormous. But if you're elite and you want to keep it under wraps and you don't want it to go mainstream until you're ready, then you're going to do everything you can to try to keep the price down. And anyone who's been in the markets knows that that's how it works. Like the shorters are notorious for creating bad news to try to bring prices down and making things happen in a negative light, or bringing something within a company to a negative light to the Securities and Exchange Commission to bring the prices down. And when you saw that Bitcoin was at all-time highs at 5,000, something had to be done to bring the price down.
Yeah. It's as if I wouldn't say, again, I don't want to get all conspiracy theory, but you'd think, I mean, a lot of the news in the United States comes from the Associated Press, AP, and UPI, United Press International. So probably 90% of the news that we get comes from a very small number of sources. And if those few sources, at least in America, if those few sources don't deem this news that we're getting today on Rich TV Live important, then either you don't hear it, or as I saw in Google Finance, you have to dig to see it. On MarketWatch, they didn't show it at all, as far as I could see. And I looked on the whole front page. That's the Wall Street Journal's website. That's where a lot of people get their news. And so you've got kind of a funneling of news. You've got a restriction of news. So, but again, if it's on, Where do you get your Bitcoin news? I think you said Bitcoin.com
Bitcoin.
or whatever
I
it
get it
was.
from a myriad of different places, but
Yeah.
Bitcoin.com and CoinDesk are
Bitcoin.
two really
Okay.
good
It's
resources
got
for
that.
news, which you can
It's
find both of those links
well,
right on Rich TV Live, guys.
yeah, yeah.
Just
Check
links are
out
right
those
there.
links down in the description. You're going to see it splashed all over the front page on those websites because those are news sources more by the people for the people, not just taking everything from a few sources from the AP and the UPI and so on. Okay, so you're going to get better news and faster news, and you're going to get crypto related news if you check out Rich's links, which I think is really cool. By the way, I just wanted to give a shout out to Epic Hustler. Here's a T-shirt. This is awesome. He made me a couple shirts. This one has me. I'm a lot better looking in the shirt than I am in real life, which I appreciate. Thank you for that. Rich, you got a shirt too, didn't you?
You know what? I haven't received it yet. I'm here in Canada. It has to clear customs. But
Uh,
I am awaiting my shirt, and that shirt looks cool, man. Let's see it again.
Yeah, Crypto Hustler.
Yo, I
What's
can't.
up,
What
man?
does it say at the bottom? I want to read it. What does it say at the bottom?
It says watching the markets with David Moadel.
Nice. Good
Watching the
job,
market.
Epic Hustler.
Yeah, which is the name of my show, Looking at the Markets with David Moadel. And so that is so cool. I mean,
That shirt is awesome, David.
That's awesome. So thank you, Epic Hustler. Sometimes I call him Crypto Hustler. Epic Hustler. Cool, man. And Epic Hustler, he might be able to get. I told you about it, Rich. A very special guest, and an insider in the crypto world. Okay,
Yes.
maybe
Yes.
one of the founders of one of the more popular top 10 cryptocurrencies. He might be able to get him for a cryptocurrency roundtable that is in development right now. We're working out the technical stuff. Because Rich, you're more of an expert at live streams than I am for sure. You know how to bring people together. You're a uniter, not a divider. All right, and so we're working on that. Maybe we'll host it on my channel, maybe yours. We'll see. But we're thinking about definitely we're going to include Rich if he's into it in the cryptocurrency round table. So folks, look for that either on Rich TV Live or looking at the markets, or maybe Epic Hustlers channel. We haven't decided yet. We're going to bring together, let's say, half a dozen or so, between 4 to 6 of the greatest minds of crypto investing, people who are in it, people have experience with it. And we'll talk about not only cryptocurrencies, but also Bitconnect, Genesis Mining, Control Finance. We're going to talk about all that stuff, what's hot, what people are invested in, and what we're going to do about it. And news items such as this. So definitely look for that. Rich, we got to get you in on this, man. We want you to be one of the.
You know I'm in.
One of them.
You know I'm in.
We want you to be on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in this.
You know I'm in, bro. You know I'm in, man. I'm all in, man. I love to collaborate. I just did a new collaboration with Joey Rocket on Friday. I really like Joey. I think Joey would be a part of that panel as well. Apparently, I spoke with Epic Hustler, who really likes Joey too, and Joey is growing fast. He did a video yesterday, and it already had over 1,000 views this morning, and his channel is exploding, guys. So there's so many new up and coming exciting YouTubers, and my whole idea. And and this is what I love about you, David. You were the first YouTuber that wanted to collaborate with Rich TV Live. And I had contacted many other YouTubers previous to that and never got a sniff. And you were the really. And you were the first to say, "Yeah, I'd like to collaborate." And here we are every week, like clockwork, man. You are a scholar, my friend. You are a class act. You are a great co-host and collaborator and someone to work with. I enjoy working with you. You're always on time. You've always got ideas. You're always ready to go. And even today, when you had plans, you made it happen. So, I really like that. I respect that. And that's why you're going to be very successful with your YouTube career and with anything that you decide you want to be a part of. So I'm excited to have the opportunity to be on a roundtable with you, David. Anything you want to collaborate with, bro, you can always count me in, man.
Anyway. Cool. Well, I appreciate everything you just said. I said, why not collaborate? You know what? I've had the same experience because I get a lot of people for interviews. I'm looking at the markets.
Absolutely.
And some people just they're too good to do an interview. Most people have been really good about it. but I get a few people that I contacted, and you don't have 10,000 followers yet, which I probably by the end of the year I will. But they weren't
Sooner than that. Sooner than that.
Yeah,
Sooner than
I
that.
hope so. I'm getting there.
Oh, you're getting there.
Like they're like, oh, you don't have this X number of followers yet, so I'm not going to do an interview with you because I'm too big. Because I've been on CNBC, and why would I want to go on your channel? Well, because I'm growing every day, and because yes, the CNBC crowd is the CNBC crowd. The YouTube crowd is a different. I think a different group of people. People who want to get their news faster than CNBC and MSNBC and Fox News. People who want to get the real story, like on Rich TV Live. Man, if you go on CNBC right now, you think they're talking about the cryptocurrency world first? No, they may mention it last. You have to wait for that. You probably have to go to Rich TV Live or Epic Hustler or Joey. What's his name? The Rocket Man, Joey Rocket. You got to go to one of those guys to get the scoop first.
Absolutely. Right. And Joey Rocket's going streaming like late at night. He did one stream. He went live for 22 hours straight, David.
Oh my God! Sorry, I forgot your name, Joey Rocket. The Rocket Man. That's an awesome name.
Yeah, man, he's a cool dude. And it's funny. I've now streamed with, obviously with you. I've streamed with Crypto Trading Pro. I've streamed with Joey Rocket. I've streamed with some of my subscribers like Kenny Lee, who puts videos out. I've streamed with even some of my own downline on Bitconnect. Have been putting out videos within my channel. And and that's the thing is, I my whole idea was Rich TV Live wasn't just going to be me. It was going to be me and the people having a platform where I could essentially be a talent scout, and eventually anyone who wants to put out a video, wants to stream, wants to collaborate, whether you have 0 subscribers or 1 million, if you have something entertaining to talk about, let's do it. Let's do it. You got something cool, you're going to go bungee jump? Let's go live. Let's go live. That's my whole thing is if we all work together, Rich TV Live can be a platform to discover the next star. Yeah. That was kind of my idea. And that's why I wanted to collaborate with you, because I really enjoyed your show when I got onto YouTube and I started watching other YouTubers. You were one of the shows I was watching because you were talking stocks and you were talking medical marijuana stocks.
Yep.
And I was talking about medical marijuana stocks. So that's where I found you, David. So a lot of people probably found me talking stocks first. But before I was talking stocks, I actually had a channel talking sports. And before that, I had a channel talking my villa in the Dominican Republic. That's how I started on YouTube, and that was years ago. And I never put that up to grow. I put it up just to kind of have a channel for the villa. So if someone wanted to rent it, they could go and see some videos and see some pictures. It wasn't, this evolved. Rich TV Live evolved. I'm sure similar to how looking at the markets with David Moadel has evolved into a show where now you're interviewing guests and people in the financial industry, and now you're collaborating with me, and now we're going to be collaborating with other YouTubers and potentially other ICOs, because I'm actually talking with a lot of other ICOs. And I'm just in the industry now. So when you're in the industry and you start talking to other ICOs like Protostar, which was an ICO for YouTubers, I was trying to talk with them because I wanted to know about them because I'm a YouTuber. So I just fell in that category. And now, because I'm an investor, I'm talking to a lot of ICOs about advertising, like MCAP. I don't know if you saw the video I put out, but there's a new company called MCAP, and they're an ICO, and they've got a coin. It's at like $3, and they've got an affiliate link similar to Bitconnect, where you can actually build affiliates and you can actually buy Bitcoin on their platform. So today I was the first in the world that I've seen on YouTube that showed how you can put your affiliate link and you can build affiliates through MCAP, which is an entire Bitcoin crowdfunding fund, platform, financial instrument.
Yep.
So David, I'd love if you want to be a part of the dream team, but we have an affiliate link. It's free to join, and you can earn referrals and get people to invest in Bitcoin.
Nice. Nice. I like it. You
through a
know,
coin.
it's funny. Like somebody that I made a video for named Steve St. Angelo. He said, David, I want to give you some free coins. So yeah, I'm starting to get offers as well. And I said, sure. It's for the CDX token, which is Commodity Ad Network. He said, I want to give you some free coins. I said, sure. So he showed me how to open up a wallet from myetherwallet.com, and I opened it up. You know what was interesting? I was afraid that I would have to give like my social security number or credit card or bank information. I did not. I didn't have to give my name. I didn't have to give my social, nothing, none of that stuff. I had to make a username, a password, and I had to save like a key on my computer, something like that. But so it was really easy. So yeah, I'm getting some coins too. I'm just gonna sit on them. Unfortunately, it's happening while this bad news from China is coming out.
What you
Not
need
the
to
best
do,
timing of all things.
David, what you need to do is you need to get set up, bro.
Yeah.
You need to get set up. You need to get it set up now. You need to set up all your accounts. You don't even have to fund them. Just set up all these accounts. Go to Rich TV Live. Go under Bitcoin. Look at all the links. Go to affiliate links. Look at all the links. Those are all my links. They're all free. I signed up to all of them, David. And I can't tell you that, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I make at least $100 to $200 a day now just off of referrals.
Nice.
And it all gets paid to me in Bitcoin.
Fantastic.
Honestly, it's amazing. And yesterday, I was out with my friends, and we were out having some dinner, and then we went out for ice cream. And then right beside the ice cream shop was a restaurant. And do you know what it said on the sign?
What is it?
Bitcoin accepted here.
There you go.
And I was like, wow, we were eating ice cream, and I look at it, my buddy looks at it, we're like, look, bro, they're accepting it at the restaurant. So it's becoming mainstream.
Yeah.
And it's going to get to the point where Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Ripple, they are going to be accepted at your local restaurant, at your local McDonald's, at Wendy's, at the local grocery store, at the local Home Depot. It's going to start getting accepted, people. They're going to get accepted at Disneyland. It's going to become more accepted. Now, it's also going to become more regulated. And the reason they're going to do this is there's 866 coins, and every day there's new ICOs. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to trim the tree a little bit, trim the fat.
Right.
And understandably, but my fear is that some of the companies that I've invested in, right? Some of them that I've invested in, they start investigating, and they start finding out that some of them haven't operated 100% the way they think they should be.
Yeah, it's going to happen. This was the Wild West for a long time. Now they're cracking down on it. We knew it would happen sooner or later, so it's happening sooner. Okay. Again, if you're holding, don't panic, whatever it is. Yeah. Now, if you're planning on coming out with an ICO in China, yeah, that's probably bad news. Okay.
Yeah, don't do it in China. Go to the US of A. Go to the US of A, where it's going to be allowed, but it's going to be regulated heavily, and it's going to be very similar to IPOs in the sense that you're going to need a list of, use of proceeds. You're going to need a business plan. You're going to need a prospectus. You're going to need a subscription agreement. There's going to be, you're going to have a board. You're going to have a CEO. You're going to have a certain amount of money in the bank. You're going to have everything, all the I's dotted, all the T's are going to have to be crossed.
Yeah. And real quick, I know you have something with your family you have to take care of, but just real quick, Richcoin. Is any of this stuff going to affect Richcoin?
Of course. Of course. Honestly, I'm so far away from having my coin launch now that it's not even in my realm. Because the more they regulate it, the less I'm interested in launching a coin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because honestly, I've got enough companies that are launching coins. I can focus on their coins. Learning about their coins, learning about what they're going to need to do to launch their coins effectively and really be successful in the industry. And I have so many companies that I'm going to be working with, that I'm already working with, that are launching coins right now and that are in the industry, that my hands are full. And with all of this news, there's a domino effect. And it's going to make it 10 times more difficult for companies here to launch their coin. That is a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. So maybe better just to put off the rich coin, focus on the coins you already have or you're already involved in.
The rich coin is based on my media company, which is growing every single day. So I'm not really concerned about the rich coin. The coin has already been created. The token is there. Now what I'm focused on is growing the business, building the brand. As we build the company, we build our media company like you're building your media company. We both have media companies we're building, we're branding. And as we grow our company, then we have more value. As we have more value, then we have more credibility. As we have more credibility, we have more capacity. Once we have more capacity and more credibility, it's easier for us to go out there and raise capital. It's easier for us to go out there and tell our story. It's easier for us to go out there and become a legitimate ICO.
Yeah.
I don't want to be put in this category right now of this 90%.
Right.
I'm not interested.
Better to take your time and do it right the first time, because it's people's money that's on the line when you put out an ICO. People are investing in it. People are believing in you. And so you don't want to screw that up. You want to get it right. So it's better just to, right now, Rich is getting involved with other ICOs and he's learning the business deeply, inside and out. And so when Rich Coin does come out, he's going to do it right. And I appreciate that.
I got coins. I already have coins in many other companies. So I'm not concerned about the rich coin, but the tokens, the coins are in my wallet. So the coin is there. But the business itself is still growing.
Right.
And I can't be naive to think that Rich TV Live in 8 months on YouTube is a finished product.
Yeah.
We are literally developing day by day. And I'm developing, the platform is developing, the website is developing, our affiliates are developing. Like, I was talking to the Kick ICO today. They're one of the biggest, newest ICOs, Kick ICO. I'm talking to them directly about being an affiliate. Like, I'm dealing directly with the biggest and the best ICOs in the world. And I'm telling them, hey, by the way, I'm a YouTuber. This is what I do. How can I work with you as an affiliate? Oh, we don't even have an affiliate link. They don't even, the Kick ICO doesn't even have an affiliate link, but they want to work with me. The guy said to me, listen, anyone that wants to buy $500 to $1,000 worth of Ethereum through you will give you this. And I said, well, that's not even on paper. It's not even legal.
Right.
You know, I'm like, listen, you know, do you have an affiliate arrangement like a lot of other ICOs do? Oh, we don't have that. But if you get us $500 to $1,000 worth of Ethereum, if anybody wants to buy $500 to $1,000 worth of Kick ICO, which is happening live right now, let me know. I will introduce you directly to the people within the company that are making it happen, and I'll try to get you guys a discount. How about that? And I'm dealing directly with the founders of the Kick ICO. Directly.
Nice.
And this is because I talk to people. I'm out there. I'm in the industry. When I'm in the industry, I'm not just on YouTube, man. I'm in the industry. I'm subscribing to every single ICO. I'm investing in a lot of different coins. I'm setting up accounts. This is how I learn. And am I a noob? Yeah, I'm still a noob. I've only been in the industry for 3 months, but I've learned a lot in 3 months. And I feel like I'm learning fast. And I feel like anybody that gets into the industry, and this is what I'm saying to you, David, get in the industry, bro. Get in the industry. Once you get into this industry, your level of capacity and your knowledge grows so fast. Because you're just doing it. You're setting up accounts. You're setting up wallets. You're setting up exchanges. I've got exchanges, wallets, accounts. I've got debit cards now. I've got the BitPay card. I can pull money out of an ATM now. You know, like, I didn't know how to do any of these things 3 months ago. And it's just because of just doing it that I've learned. Right? Yeah. And it's so exciting. I am a noob.
It is.
We're all noobs.
Yeah, you and I are so different. Like even with marijuana stocks, I'm deeply into it now. But at first, I studied it for a year, before even diving into it. That's how I am. That's my personality. I study something for like a year or 6 months or even longer before I actually commit my capital to it. But unfortunately, that also means that I miss the bus sometimes.
Yeah. See, with these ICOs, let me explain
So
something to you. Every ICO, pre-ICO, is giving you a discount. I've seen as high as 60% to market to as low as 10 or 20% to market. And the way it works is if you go invest into the Kick ICO, I believe that the discount right now is 20%. Well, if you signed up like 6 months ago, it would have been like 50%. And they have like a timeline. So it counts down like a clock. And then when it gets down to the last day, it's like a 10% discount. And then when it's down to the last hour, it's like a 5% discount. But you literally can buy it with Ethereum or Bitcoin or Litecoin or different coins. So you just transfer your coins in, you're in the ICO, and then you got to make sure you're in a certain exchange where that coin is going to be listed. And then once you figure out where they're going to be listed, you can literally deposit your coin and sell it immediately that day and make a return.
Yeah.
Instantly. So it's pretty cool. It's a different Wild Wild West type of investment, and that's why they're trying to regulate it. And I think it's a good thing for us as investors that they're trying to regulate it more so that we don't get caught up in the 90% of the scams that are going to be coming out.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Again, it may be a little extreme the way they're doing it, or maybe not. Maybe it's for the best. It's a little scary right now, as we can see on CoinMarketCap. We see everything's down almost. But in the long run, excuse me, in the long, oh my goodness, in the long run, it may be a good thing, as Rich is pointing out. So just stay calm. Panicking never helps you as an investor or as a trader. Whatever you have, you don't have to dump what you have. I mean, you can if you want to, but you'll be dumping at a lower price.
Exactly.
Now you'll be buying higher and selling lower.
And why do that? Like, that would just be madness.
Rich always says, buy in the red, sell in the green.
Just accumulate. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, so you don't have a Coinbase account, do you?
I do not.
Okay, so Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges in America. It's one of the easiest accounts to set up. You should set one up. I've got a link in the referral link down below. If you sign up with me and you put in $100, you will actually save $10, and I will actually make $12 worth of Bitcoin. And that's what I love about all of these cryptocurrencies, David. Once you get in, you can put links in your description of your videos, and people that are learning and setting up accounts can get a benefit and get a discount. And you can also get a benefit, a referral fee for educating and teaching your investors and your subscribers and your audience. And that's what I love about cryptocurrencies, is it's giving the average person that might not have a lot of money the opportunity to make a lot of money. Like, I started my Bitconnect account with $130. I'm now at over 4,000 US. Do you know how good that feels?
That's awesome.
To know that this is like a money machine making me money every single day? And that's one of like 30 referral links that I have, David, that are paying me every day. Different people are signing up on all kinds of different things. And my referral links are not just for cryptocurrencies. They're for stocks. I've got them for sports. I've got them for fantasy football. I've got them for. I'm a referral for Shopify. I'm a referral. I'm an agent for investing.com. So if you want to become an agent for investing.com and you want to be a part of their affiliate program, you can go within the Dream Team, within my referral program, and you can become an agent for investing.com. So I'm working with so many different referral platforms all over the world because I really consider myself an affiliate marketer. And I believe through the internet and the power of YouTube and the power of live streaming and affiliate marketing, we can all make so much money. We can all create freedom for ourselves. And cryptocurrencies is the leader of this.
Right.
It's the leader of the affiliate marketing revolution. And MCAP is a brand new platform that nobody's ever heard of. And I found it and I saw they had an affiliate link. I was like, wow, this is incredible. I can make money without even spending any money, David. And even if you spend a little bit of money like I did on Bitconnect, $130, I'm now over $4,000, and tomorrow will be a month that I've been on Bitconnect. Started with 130 US, and now I have over 4,000 USD. And every time I go to my Bitconnect account, there's money. It's mind-boggling, and I just keep transferring it over. And Coinbase is a great program for you to set up an account. You put in your ID, you set up your credit card, and then you can buy like $100 a week worth of Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. 3 of the top 5 coins in the world, and that's all they give you.
They put a limit on it, though. You're saying,
that's right.
There's only so much you go. Now, can you earn trust?
Yes.
Can you earn their trust and then be able to buy more?
Yes. So it starts small, like $100 a week, and you get like $20 a day, and then it goes up to like 30, and then 40, and then 50. It slowly grows, and then you build their trust. And I started with 100 a week. Now I'm up to 200 a week. And yesterday I hit my 200, and I bought Ethereum at $340, and today it's at $290.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna stress. If in another week I'm back up to 200, because that's what happens. A week later they give you another 200, then I'm gonna buy it again. If it's down, I'll buy more. If it's up, I'll buy more. I don't really even care. I'm just accumulating. And Coinbase is a great place to buy a little bit and then take $100 and then send it to Bitconnect. Take $100, send it to Digitrade where I buy Ripple. So you need to start learning about this and get in the game, David, because it is like a video game that never turns off. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, holidays. Cryptocurrencies doesn't care.
Right. It's true. Today's Labor Day. It's the only thing I'm looking at because it's the only thing I can. Well, I mean, you got your futures for, gold and silver, but there's not much action there right now. If you want to see where the action is, it's cryptocurrencies, especially on a day like this. I mean, for me to be able to watch cryptocurrencies on the weekends is amazing. I had to get used to that. I'm so accustomed to not being able to do anything on the weekends or on holidays.
Honestly, it's changed my life, David. Like, I still have a lot of stocks and real estate, but they're just on the side burner. And I'm all in on the cryptocurrencies. I love them. That's why when I saw this news with the China Central Bank deeming ICOs illegal, I was super concerned because I'm thinking, what is going to happen next?
Yeah.
The stocks have been affected. Now the cryptos are being affected. What else is going to be affected? How is this going to affect America? How is this going to affect the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission? And how are they going to jump on this bandwagon to try to derail ICOs? Because I've already seen it with Protostar, which was a new ICO, and then they shut it down. But I'm still seeing a lot of other ICOs that are still moving forward.
Right. They can't stop it. China can't stop it. ICOs are going to happen. They can stop it for now. Okay. The worldwide, man, this thing's huge. It's a train, and you got to get on it. I got to get on it. I'm learning about it. I'm getting.
Get on it, David. Get on it, David. David, get on it. We got to go, guys. Sorry, guys. We got to go. I got a soccer tournament. My son has to go. I got to go. David.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you for joining me once again, David. Always a class act, man. I love the t-shirt. I can't wait until I get my t-shirt. Kenny Lee, what's up, Kenny? Thank you for joining us, bro. And I love the t-shirt. Epic, you're a beast, bro. You're a beast, man. That t-shirt is sick. I can't wait to get my t-shirt, man. I can't wait. I'm so excited. You know I'll rock it on Rich TV Live. And maybe next week you can wear yours, I can wear mine. And when we do our round table, we can all be rocking our epic hustler shirts.
There we go.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for letting us in your home. What is going on with cryptos? China Central Bank deeming ICOs illegal. What? What? Thank you for joining us. It's David Moadel, Rich TV Live, saying peace. We'll see you soon. We love you guys. Visit Rich TV Live. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the like down below and comment on the show. Because all we do is collaborate. Collaboration Nation. Peace, my brothers and sisters. Brothers from other mothers. Sisters from other misters. I'm out.